fuck. Yeah. I mean, I didn't lose it entirely, but there were tears. There were tears coming down. That whew. That was hard to watch. Like, again, I've said it before, like with the song that was out of 6, where it's just like Kiryu's just happy. It's like, it's weird because I guess that's something that you see, but seeing him breaking down like that, good lord, that was hard to watch. It's hard to watch anyone, and let alone have it be an animation breaking down like that. It's like, I don't know. It was actually a very, very good game. I enjoyed just about every bit of it. And you know what? The fact that it is as short as it is, makes me really happy, because in about a month we're playing a full Like a Dragon game. But yeah, I remember saying at the beginning that I wasn't sure about the agent style. I was like, I was probably gonna be fighting in the Yakuza style the whole time, and it ended up being actually one of my favorites, because it's so good for group fighting, and then the Yakuza was so good for single fighting. I did not use the abilities nearly enough. Like the one that I used the most was probably the spider, but like all the other ones, like I really didn't use. This story about the Daidoji and making sure that Kiryu is like still hidden, kind of like it would have been good, except everyone fucking knew that it was Kiryu. Like every person you ran into, it was just like, oh, it's Kiryu. It's just like, what do you want me to do, man? Like everyone knows who I am. But it's like the castle was a cool concept. Nishitani, I mean, you don't see a whole lot of him. Tsuruno, I thought was a really interesting character. Shishido, it went on a roller coaster, because at first he's a bad guy. He fights you, tries to kill you. Then you're out on the town with him, like, what was it, last stream? And then at the end here, he turns on you again, trying to keep the Omi together. It was cool seeing some of the points in Like a Dragon that we were able to see, like the dissolution fight. It was cool to hear about the things that Ichiban was doing. It did, like, I really appreciate the concept of because it was always confusing. We go from the end of 6, where he's talking about joining the Daidoji and being dead, and then you see the end of that game where it's like he's just staring at the orphanage, like as he's walking away, and Haruto sees him. And then you jump forward to Like a Dragon 7, and you don't see him until the dissolution fight. So that and he's shown up in the suit and everything. And it's like, in that whole time, you're kind of like, what the fuck happened? So it's cool to have that perspective now. I didn't think that they would go so hard into what they did with, like, hey, we're gonna show you some video footage of the kids possibly finding a camera and thinking it's you, and then giving you a message in case you're seeing it. and then with him seeing it, because this was 3 or 4 years after, and like I can only imagine how that would feel, is to like you have to get rid of your life. You have no contact with any of your families, like how you see it, and then all of a sudden you get a video of them like, hey Uncle Kaz, like, hey, if this comes to you, like giving the story of like what's happened with them in their life, and it's just like, oh, it like ripped my heart out there for a bit. Thankfully it didn't come completely out of nowhere for me. I was kind of prepared for there being a sad point, but it doesn't stop the tears. It just kind of quenches them a little bit. I am excited for the next game. But the next game, kind of going back. Sorry, we're still like processing some of this. Kiryu's voice actor, when he was talking about the drawing of that Haruto gave, or that they took a picture of. Oh my god. His voice was cracking. You could tell he was like almost a proud grandpa in that. And it was like, just hearing his voice like almost got me going again. It was like, if I wasn't talking, I probably would have. Or if I had no idea that this was coming, which I didn't know what specifically was coming. I just knew that I had heard people saying like, hey, I teared up at the end of this. So I don't know.